everybody, welcome back to Ashley's Tipsy Kitchen. I'm Ashley and today is a very disappointed Tipsy Tuesday. So, the weather guys, what's new? They got it wrong. They predicted for us 7 to 8 inches of snow. Now something that you have to know about me is that I love snow. I grew up in Texas where we don't hardly ever get snow. So when I moved further north here to the Carolinas, I really thought I was going to get more snow. In fact, the first winter that I was here, we got a bunch of snow and I was so over the moon. And wouldn't you know, it really hasn't happened like that since. So when the weatherman said 7 to 8 inches, it's over the weekend, so I'm actually going to get to enjoy it. I was beyond thrilled. We stocked up on all of the essentials. I conceived of this deliciousness right here. And then this happened. So clearly, that is not 7 to 8 inches. I would be surprised if that was 7 to 8 millimeters. But we're going to drink the white hot chocolate anyway because, damn it, it's going to be delicious. So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a mug. Now, this has been sitting with hot water in it to help keep the mug nice and hot. Now, the other thing that I did was I put on 2 cups of milk and a half a cup of half and half to simmer on the stove to get nice and hot. Now, when it comes to heating up milk, you want to be very careful that you don't actually boil the milk. You want it just before it starts to bubble so that it's nice and hot, but it isn't scalded. So I'm going to take the hot water that's in this mug here, and I'm just going to pour it out just into this measuring cup. It's probably a better idea to do it into your sink, but, you know, we work with what we have. Alrighty, and then I'm going to take a half a cup of white chocolate chips. Now you can also use a white chocolate bar, which is probably going to be much better quality, but again, we use what we have. Now if you are using chocolate chips, you want to make sure to cut them so that they're a lot smaller, because essentially what we'll be doing is we'll be pouring this hot milk and cream mixture over the chocolate in order to melt it. So you want the chocolate as small as possible, otherwise it's not going to melt very well. Might be a good idea to do this while the cream is and milk is heating up, but I wanted y'all to see it, so. We now have cut up white chocolate chips. Alright, so we're going to take about half of this because this recipe does make 2 nice steaming mugs. So you can share one with whoever you're being snowed in with or lamenting your lack of snowed in with. Alright, so it looks like about that. Put in a little bit more because I'm greedy. Alright, then I'm going to set this behind me because I know me. I will bump into it and I will make a big old mess. Alright, so here we have our white chocolate. And then we're going to pour in about 2 cups of this hot liquid. Now you can do it in stages as well. If you're not quite sure how much your mug holds, we'll do it this way. We'll put in half. And then we'll put in our liquors, and then we'll put in the other half. A good thing to also do, if your pan is like mine and it doesn't have like a spout sort of side, pour it over something so that you are less likely to make a mess. I'm actually really impressed that I didn't get it everywhere. We'll see if it finishes out that way. So since the milk is nice and hot, you want to give it some stirring because this is what is going to melt the white chocolate and make it all delicious and wonderful. I am just kicking up splatter everywhere. Now, feel free to add as much or as little white chocolate to this. In fact, I might actually be a little bit greedy, depending on once I taste it. Might add a little bit more, but for right now, we're going to move on. And we are going to make this nice and adult. We'll just go with that. We're going to take 1 ounce of our Smirnoff Peppermint vodka. And we are going to add that. We are going to take 1/2 ounce of white chocolate liqueur. Again, just kind of intensifying that white chocolate goodness. And then, because in my disappointment, I feel the need to be overly decadent, I'm also going to add 1/2 ounce of liquor 43. This is kind of an optional ingredient. This is something that is readily available here in the United States. It is a vanilla cinnamony liqueur from Mexico. It is so good. I absolutely recommend picking some up if you don't have some. But if you don't and you are snowed in, then it's okay. You can leave it out. All right, so mix that all together. Go ahead and give it just a quick sip. See if we need to steal any of the Hub's white chocolate. No, I think that's pretty good. So we're going to pour in the rest of our steamed milk. And then the last thing is in the refrigerator, and with the magic of editing, it'll be right here. And there it is! Whipped cream! Alright, let's shake it on up. Spray it everywhere. And ooh, we can still steal some of the Hub's white chocolate pieces and sprinkle it right over the top for a little bit of our garnish, because you know me, I'm a sucker for some garnish. Alrighty, so snowed in or not, this is one amazing treat that you should definitely treat yourself to the next time it is nice and chilly outside and you want a little pick-me-up. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Definitely subscribe before you leave and give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video. You can get this recipe and other amazing recipes at ashleystipsykitchen.com. Don't forget to check me out on Pinterest, on Instagram, and on Twitter. You can also catch me on Facebook. Have a fabulous rest of the week, and I'll see you again soon.